Okay, today we're doing a quick park tour of Mackinaw Mill Creek. We're starting right up front. As you can see over here is the whole check-in area. You pull right into the check-in area and they have like 10 windows that are open for you to check in with. On busy days like today was, they actually have a check-in area, a secondary check-in area that's forward directly ahead as we're going here. This park is massive. They lay it out with letters and with numbers. We just passed letter A. When you get here, they give you the map. They tell you to make a left at A, make a right at G, and then you're in aisle 7 or whatever. What I'm going to show you is just kind of some of the major areas, and then some of the amenities, and then some of my favorite spots, favorite camping spots. On our left, we're passing letter B, which is actually the overflow check-in area. If you check in on a Friday or Saturday and it's busy, that's where they're going to stick you. On our right, we just passed one of their parks. This is the park that almost nobody uses. It's towards we'll call it the back of the camp, which is actually the front of the camp, farther from the lake, closer to the check-in area. Driving right through the center, coming up on letter D. On our left, we've got sites 143 and 144 cars to check in on. They've also got a bunch of overflow parking. We're passing that on our left as well. People put their trailers, their boats, these types of things there. On our right, some of the typical sites that you're going to see. This stuff in the middle, for us, it's less desirable. It's not close to the park. It's not close to the lake. Over here is the things that are going to be closer to the lake. This is letter E. We're talking sites 158, 148. On our left, we're coming up, trying to read some sites. But this is the beach area. So there's two beach areas. This is the sandy beach area. Site 160 on my left, 161. So people that want to go do sandy beach activities, this is where they do them. The other beach area, which I'll show you, is more of a rocky beach. You go into rocks to get into the beach itself. The area on our right is the sandy beach area where they'll do a lot of kayaking, paddleboarding, and such. You can see people, I don't know if the camera shows them, but about a quarter mile out, it's literally maybe a foot deep. So it's perfect for the little kids, these types of things. And there's a small section that crops out, and then the second set of sandy beach gets a little deeper, a little quicker, maybe to like 3 or 4 feet deep. But this is where we see people doing sandy beach activities. Passing site 179, 180 on the left, if you want to look on their map for those types of things. There's a variety of different electrical hookups, sewer hookups, type things here. So depending on where you want to be, you got to look that up. Because literally, I don't know if these sites on my left have full hookups. Looks like some of them do. But I've also noticed that some of these sites are literally intended for tents, as in they only have like a 15 amp electrical hookup. But I've seen RVers parking there. They're just parking with using just 15 amps. We're in the middle of the summer. It's really not that hot. It's got to like 74 today, so it's doable. Directly in front of us is site 211, what I would consider to be one of the best sites if you don't need 50 amps. It looks like it's maybe only a 15 amp hookup. I've seen tents here, I've seen RVs there, but definitely one of the better sites. Now that's the sandy beach area. I'm going to sneak you back through towards the center of the park and see some of the amenities. The amenities are in the center of the park, and then we got the two beach areas. Now some of these sites are nicer tent sites, 234, 235 on my right. But you'll see some people put their tents here. On our left, we've got a pop-up trailer. We just passed a Class B+, so people pretty much do whatever they want in a lot of these sites. We're over in one of the massive sites because we've got the big Class A right now, but we've literally had neighbors pull in and do tents on our neighboring sites. So I'm sure that had more to do with availability than them wanting to choose that particular site. Now, what we're coming up on over here is I would say the main playground area. I'll stop so you get a tiny bit of a view of it. This is the main playground area. This place is all about the kids. This is their full court basketball court. They have a half court on the other side of the park as well. It's 5:45 on a Sunday. There's a few kids out. This place gets really packed towards the end of the day because people go and visit Mackinaw Island all day long. Between 5 and 7 o'clock, they all make it back, and then the kids party at the park and the basketball court here until about 10 o'clock at night. I'm going to sneak over. The building you see in front of us is one of the two shower houses that's over here. And then as we go further forward, we're going to see the main gift shop. They also have a pizzeria in there. It's pretty cool. They sell Czech Republic items in there. They sell liquor. They do fresh pizza all day long. This is the building in front of us, which we're actually going to make a U-turn at because otherwise we end up right back in the middle, which is just those sites that are just kind of all exactly the same. So, park store right here. You see the pool is directly next to it. It's a nice pool. It gets busy on the hot days. This park does do a shuttle pickup for Mackinaw Island ferries. Picks up right here. It looks like 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30 in the morning. We didn't use the shuttle. It's pretty close, and we were doing other things, so we drove ourselves down into Mackinaw City, parked there, and then just took the ferry over. Gravel trail, but we have road bikes and they work perfectly on it. I would venture to say it's the best gravel trail I've ever been on with my road bike. People used to meet around here too. If you've got a family and you want to ride your bike down into Mackinaw City, that is not a problem from Mackinaw. So where we're coming back out to is where we had turned in earlier. So earlier we were at the Sandy Beach. This is going to be the more traditional view of Lake Huron. Directly in front of us are some of the last sites that actually back up to the water. We're looking at sites 220, 221, 222. These are traditionally full of tents. I've also seen them full of everything all the way up to classics. I doubt that the camera shows it, but the Mackinaw Bridge is directly on our right. Mackinaw Island is way off to our right. Now we start with rows that are numbered. So we're passing number 1 now. Number 2 continues to grow, like you see. Up here, if you're looking for access to this grassy beach area, this is the area that we're in, just because we set up hammocks. As you that's going to end my tour of Mackinaw Mill Creek Camping Resort.